Welcome to Live Prog. In this video review I am bringing you an album by a man that I had met a couple of months ago at the E-Live Festival in October 2012. I saw him perform there and I was really impressed. And I'm very happy that I can bring his album. And it's this one, Ripples, from Mr. Glenn Main.
Hello, this is Glenn Main and you are watching Live Prog.
I discovered the music of Glenn Main through a posting of a YouTube clip on Facebook. Based on that clip, I dug into his music a little deeper. I checked out his blog site, saw a lot of other videos there, and there are a couple of live videos as well, so I was really impressed about his performance. As his influences, well, I think the top influence listed by him, one of his heroes, is Jean-Michel Jarre, and that was very evident in the music that I heard. Then I heard that he would be performing at the E-Live Festival, so I was really excited to go there and see him perform. And I had the pleasure also of doing an interview with him at the very end of the festival. I gotta say, he played a couple of tracks from this album in his live set. That was before I even had a copy of the album, but that made me want to have a copy of this album because he is a fantastic musician, a great performer live and also a very good composer. I mentioned the Jean-Michel Jarre influence. Nevertheless, when you listen to this album, it's kind of a totally different feeling to it. There are some hints of Jarre in the music, but there are also some hints of Vangelis or Kitaro or even Klaus Schulze in the music. At the same time, it is very uplifting, it's very modern, and the compositions are absolutely highly original. I gotta say kudos for Glenn for writing these beautiful tracks. Creating this incredibly mood with this album, because that's what you get. When you listen to this album, it's like you're taking a really nice warm bath. You know, from the moment you really sink into the water, it covers you like a warm blanket and you feel really comfortable and really happy. And that is the feeling that I got when I listened to this album. And so I can only hope that when you listen to that album, you have the same experience, because this album is filled with absolutely beautiful music. We have 12 tracks in just under an hour, so you know, a nice playing time for an album, but there is so much beautiful music to be found on this. As I mentioned, the main vibe on the album is very happy. It's very uplifting, really beautiful melodies, but the compositions are really well crafted. There are a lot of different instruments used in the music. I mean, you have, of course, the synth chords, you know, the beats, the sequences in it, but also next to the melodies, a couple of instruments that I really enjoyed, and the flute sounds, and sometimes even some bit of a pan flute sound, comes across the songs a lot. And I absolutely love that, because that creates a certain kind of mood. And of course, the piano, which is present very much on this album, really beautiful. And that is something that Glenn mentioned in the interview I had with him, that kind of, he discovered that was something he really enjoyed doing, and that is something he will do more often. And I can only say, Glenn, listening to this album, please do. Please create more of this kind of songs, because they are absolutely beautiful. There are a couple of tracks that really stood out for me, and one of the tracks stood out for me already in the show, and that was because of the presentation, the video presentation behind him. And that is track number 4, Heart and Soul. When I was listening to that and looking at the video presentation, this is a track he dedicated to all those young people who died in Norway in July 2011 in that horrible event on that island. gotta say, wow, it's really touching when you listen to that song. It's really, there's so much emotion in it. It's really incredible. And also track number 2, Remembrance. That's also one of those songs. It sounds a bit sad, but it's so incredibly beautiful. I was really stunned when I heard them. The genre influence pops up in one track a little more than the rest. I mean, you barely hear it on the album, but in the track number 7, Memory Shift, when you listen to that track, it's like, and especially if you're familiar with genre music, it's like, that sounds familiar, you know. Is this genre? No, it's not. It's Glenn Main. And it's an original composition, no copycat anything. It's real, all his music. So really beautiful and well, just such a great pleasure to listen to this album. I gotta say, this is one of my favorite electronic music albums that I have in my collection, and I'm really happy that I have it. I'm really happy that I have seen Glenn Main, and I really hope I can see him again. Now, if you are listening to electronic music, you probably might have this album already, and I think a lot of people are familiar with Glenn Main because, well, he is one of the nominees to receive a Shallwell Award and one of the last few, you know, so it's going to be exciting times for him. I hope he wins one because he really deserves it with this album. If you're not so much into electronic music, but you are familiar with, well, Jean-Michel Jarre, and you might be, despite not knowing that the track is from Jarre. I really recommend this album because it's really beautiful. It really takes you to another world, creates really amazing atmospheres when you play this album. So, you know, I don't need to say any more but this: Glenn Main, Ripples.